Hello guys, welcome back to class. In this session, we'll discuss about unconditional control statements. Previously, we have discussed two categories. First is the conditional control statements, which are if and switch. Second is looping control statements for while and do while. Now, unconditionally, you can transfer the control from one program to another program. So if you want to transfer unconditionally, how to do it? There are two unconditional control statements. One is break, second is continue. Break and continue are the unconditional control statements. So you can start with, first we'll do a small program. Break 181. Break we have already used at one place. Where you have used, have you remembered? Break already we used in one control statement. Have you remembered that? Break we have used in switch block, correct? Switch statement, right? Yes. Now I'm trying to use the break with, if suppose start this as A. If A equals to 10, A is currently 10 only. Okay. So I'm saying print something, say okay, I'm printing, and I'm saying break. If condition, I'm just writing two statements inside the if condition. Okay. 181. No, this is actually double equals, not single equals. There is one program. Error. Break outside switch or loop. Where I am using break, currently I am using break inside if condition, but it is giving error, and also giving a hint that break you are using outside switch or loop. Break, it means break cannot be used outside the switch, outside the loops. Loops are three: for, while, do while. So switch, we know. It means, what is the point you are learning here, guys? What's the point you are learning here? Break can be used with switch or loop only. It means it cannot be used with if, indirectly, right? It means break cannot be used with if. Okay, there's a point here to learn. Next, so break can be used with switch or switches, SWITCH, switch. So if you have a looping statements, we have already seen how to use a break in the switch. In a switch, multiple cases will be there. After executing one case, you want to break the remaining, and mostly we'll use with the other cases, we'll use the loops. For example, I have a loop. It can be a for loop, while loop, a do while, whatever the loop. I have a loop. So take the loop. I'm considering easiest for loop. For int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5 or a 6, I plus plus. So I want to print I value, and then break I am saying again a print hello guys. We have previously printed hello guys, right? Or first take out the break. So this program you can understand. What is the output of this program? This successfully compiles and runs. This prints the I and hello guys. I starts from 1 to 6. So 1, hello guys, 2 hello guys, like that. This program prints. Okay, 182, just compile and run. It gives the output. So this is nothing new. We know this piece of code in the for loop will end done. In between, I am using break. Can I use a break in the for loop? Can I use a break in the for loop? I can use break in the for loop. That's what I am using. That's what I am using. So if I use this, what should happen? See how the flow? First I value starts with 1. Do the dry run of this program. I equals to 1. Okay. Condition check. 1 less than or equals to 6, which is true. True means it enter into the body. First prints I, print the I value 1. This is the output we are writing here. After printing I, we have a break. Break means what it does? Break, what it does? It terminates the remaining execution of the for loop. Am I right? It breaks the loop. It breaks the loop means control will be thrown out of the loop. Immediately will come out of the loop here, right? It comes here. Say for example, I am keeping here as here is a statement. I am outside for. Outside for has to be executed. Okay. Whenever a break is encountered, it will immediately terminate the loop. It will transfer the control from end of the loop. Then it executes outside for. Outside for, if anything is there, it will execute that. Outside for, if anything is there, it will execute that. Now my question to you guys, what about hello guys statement? Will it execute or not? What about hello guys statement? Will it execute? No, right? Any chance to execute that? Any chance to execute that? No chance at all. Now, at least one time will it execute? At least one time it will execute? No, right? Now, can I say that is an unreachable statement? Can I say that is unreachable statement? Can I say that is unreachable? Yes. So, if any unreachable is found, any objection from compiler? Okay, we'll go and run this 182 now. See guys, hello guys is not reachable, right? You are clearly understanding hello guys will not be reached at any point of time. That's what compiler is giving unreachable statement. Then how I am using a break? Can I use a break inside a for loop? Yes, I can use a break inside a for loop. When I am using a break, next statements are going out. What to do? What to do is, whenever you are using a break, you have to use the break with some condition. That is 183 I am writing. First print I. If something I am writing I equals to 3, for example, then only you do break. How many statements are there? First printing I. Then if I equals to 3, then break. This break will execute only when I3. So break will execute only when I3. Then after that printing hello guys. Now do the dry run. Initially I equals to 1. Okay. Then condition check 1 less than or equals to 6, true, print 1. Then come to I condition. If condition is I value 1 equals to 3, false. False means break will not be executed. Then it will print hello guys. It will print hello guys or not? It will print hello guys. Then continue the loop. I value 2, I equals to 2, 2 less than or equals to 6, which is true. Enter into the body. First print I value 2. Then 2 here, 2 equals to 6, which is false. So break will not be executed. Print hello guys. Next increase I value to 3. 3 less than or equals to 6 is a true. Print I value 3. Now I is a 3. 3 equals 3 is true. If true, break executes. When break executed, it comes out of the loop immediately and prints outside. Outside for. So now your hello guys statement is executed, right? Your hello guys statement is executed successfully. So there is a chance to execute. Now any unreachable statements in our program? There is no unreachable statement in our program. So when you're using a break, remember always it should be a conditional. Break is unconditional statement. Means whenever a break encountered, immediately transfers. But directly we can't use a break. Break with something condition, right? Then the statements after that will execute. Is this clear? So what is the output of this? 1 hello guys, 2 hello guys, 3 outside. After 3, whenever 3 found, immediately we are coming out of the loop and continue the other statements. Compile and run this program. This is 183 we are doing, I think, right? Yes. One hello guys, 2 hello guys, 3. And when 3 is thrown out and showing the whenever it is. Suppose if I give whenever I equals to 5, it means when I is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Whenever it comes to 5, it will be coming out. Up to 4 hello guys displayed. When I 5, executed. Anything. Suppose when I equals to 7, I'll say. Okay. It will go up to 6 only. Means by 6 loop automatically coming. Means in this case, your loop is, for loop is fully executed. Am I right? Your for loop will be fully executed. 6 times it has to execute, 6 times it will execute. Break is not at all will be executed. Do you understand how to use a break, how it works, guys? If it is 3, we already tested this. Done? How break works? Okay. Next, similar to this, we'll do the continue also. Next, we have 184. If a equals to 10, I'm using continue. Continue. Declare a variable into a equals to 10. So here continue also, see there, continue I'm using if. This is an error program. We have to learn 2 points from this. Continue outside the loop. It means you are using continue outside the loop. You are telling error means you can't use outside the loop. It means you can use only, what's the point number 1 to use? Continue can be used with loop only. Loop means 3 loops. For, while, do while, only in loop. It means guys, continue cannot be used with, continue cannot be used with if, even, switch also. Continue cannot be used with if and switch. Continue cannot be used with if and switch. Whereas a break can be used with the switch. Break cannot be used only with if. Continue cannot be used with if and switch. Continue is allowed only in the 3 looping statements for while and do while. Okay, and we'll just use the previous break labs only. So break labs will just change it. Okay, we'll take the 182 first. 182 as 185 now. Wherever I used break, I'll use continue. So I have a first statement which is to repeat for 6 times, 1 to 6. First printing the I value, then say continue, then hello guys. Once the loop is terminated, we'll go for this. So here, do the dry run of this program. How continue works, you find a difference. So initially start I equals to 1. Then condition is 1 less than or equals to 6, which is true. Enter into the loop, print I, print, so output is print I, 1 value printed. Then you say continue. Continue functionality is opposite to break. Break means taking to the end of the loop. Break means taking to the end of the loop, right? Continue continues the execution of the for loop. It means it will skip the remaining statements of continue will skip the remaining statements of this. For example, in the for loop, I have a statement 1, statement 2. 1 to both printing I, printing hello guys. But after printing I am saying continue means without going for, usually when it comes to end of the for loop, it will continue repeating. But in the middle only I am continuing repeating means I am skipping the remaining statements. So continue. Continue means it increases I value to 2. Check the condition as 2 less than or equals 6, which is true. Then enter the loop, 2 printed. Then continue. Again it will continue. Now I equals to 3. 3 less than or equals to 6. I equals to 4. 4 less than or equals to 6. I equals to 5. 5 less than or equals to 6. 6. I equals to 6. 6 less than or equals to 6. Printed 3, 4, 5, 6 currently. Next, I equals to 7. 7 less than or equals to 6. False. When it is false, automatically comes out of the loop. Prints the output. But in this case, guys, any chance to use the continue? Any chance to execute the hello guys again? Any chance to execute the hello guys again? Any chance to execute the hello guys again, guys? In this dry run, any chance to execute the hello guys? Hello guys not executed. Hello guys not yet executed. Then will it go to unreachable or not? Will it go to unreachable? 185. Yes. Hello guys is unreachable because always continuing, not coming to the remaining statements. So what I had to do? What I had to tell me? This also you have to use. This also you have to use condition with something 186.java. Say if I greater than or equals to 3, then only do continue. Some condition I am writing. It means do the dry run of this. You make as a 5 enough. Take it 5 only in all the cases enough. Where do more extra runs. So start with guys, I equals to 1. This is my output I am writing here. I equals to 1. First condition is 1 less than or equals to 5. True. Then enter into the loop. Print I. 1 printed. Condition check. 1, sorry, not greater than. I should not use greater than. less than, okay, use greater than only, greater than only. 1 greater than or equals to 3. 1 greater than or equals to 3, false. False means our if, false means our if is not executed. If false, right? Print hello guys. So it is not continuing means remaining portion. Hello guys displayed. Next, increase. So after hello guys, it is repeating the loop. See, I equals to 2. 2 less than or equals 3, which is true. Then enter into the body, printing 2. Now 2 greater than 3, false. If continue will not execute. Hello guys, printing hello guys. Next, increase. After ending, it is repeating now. I equals to 3. 3 less than or equals to 3 is true. Then print I value, 3 printed. Now 3 greater than or equals to 3. 3 greater than or equals to 3 is true. If true means continue, right? If true, continue. Continue means, see, from the continue, see how it works. This is very important. From the continue, it will go and repeat the loop. See, from the continue, it will go and repeat by skipping the remaining. Now it will increase I value. I equals to 4. 4 less than or equals to, sorry, this is 5 actually. 4 less than 5 is true. True means again enter into the body. I value is 4 displayed. Next, 4 greater than 3. True only. Continue means from this it is continuing. Now I equals to 5. 5 less than or equals to 5, which is true. True means enter into the body, print 5. Then 5 greater than or equals to 3. True. Continue means from this it is continuing. Then I is increase 6. 6 less than or equals to 5, which is false means comes out of the loop. Then it prints as outside for. Do you understand how continue works? You tell me how many times the for loop executed? For body executed? For body executed 5 times. But 5 times, whether the complete body, complete code of the for executed? Complete for executed? No, right? No. First, when I is 1, when I is 1, fully executed. When I is 1, it is fully executed. And it is fully executed from the end here. I equals to 1, it is fully executed and repeating. Then when I is 2, then fully executed, repeating. When I is 3, it is not fully executing. So skipping the remaining piece of code, continuing execution. When I is 4, skipping the remaining, continuing. When I is 5, skipping the remaining, continuing. But all the 5 times loop is executed. All the 5 times loop is executed. All the 5 times loop is executed. Some cases I want to execute fully. Some cases I want to skip the code. Is that clear? So I have some set of statements in my Chandra Mohan. Unreachable. How it is unreachable now? Whether hello guy is executed or not? Hello guy is executed in some cases, right? If hello guy is not at all executed, then it is unreachable. At least in some cases, hello guy is coming. Hello guy is executed in some cases. Hello guy is not executed in some cases. So 2 times executed. Then how it is unreachable? It is not unreachable. It is reached 2 times. I reached hello guys 2 times. Executed hello guys 2 times. Clear, Chandramohan? You can remove the continue. If you want to use, you have to use continue. We have seen the previous programs without a continue, right? If you have any case to use the continue, for example, I'll tell you one real-time use case. Come back here, guys. Okay, take one real-time use case. Suppose student has registered, student provided the email ID and phone number. Okay, or you take a student has your phone number provided to me, and for the phone number, my case is definitely phone number means I can send SMS, right? Definitely phone number is that I can send SMS. So I am writing a piece of code here. My piece of code is send SMS to the student mobile number. Okay, send SMS. I have some 10 lines of code. Okay, here some piece of code is there. My send SMS code has to be executed. Next, I want to send WhatsApp message also. If I want to send WhatsApp message also, can I directly deliver a WhatsApp message? Or I have to cross check whether WhatsApp is there or not, right? Mobile number means definitely inbuilt functionality of any SIM is there. SIM is text messages, we can deliver it. So I'm not cross checking anything, directly sending this. But a WhatsApp means I don't know whether you created a WhatsApp for the mobile or not. For the SIM, WhatsApp is there or not. So what I want to do, if no WhatsApp created, just condition I'm writing. If no WhatsApp created, then I am saying continue. And here is my piece of code for send a WhatsApp message. Send a WhatsApp message. For this, I have some 20 lines of code. So here I have 25 lines of code for sending SMS. Just simply I am writing. Here I have 25 lines of code for this. So 25 lines of code. This has to be executed always. But WhatsApp conditional, I don't want to execute for all, right? I want to skip this who don't have the WhatsApp. And this has to be repeated n times. Why I have to repeat? I have to do this for 100 students. For counter, I will do. So first I'll take a student 1. Student 1, this 25 lines I am executing. And for student 1, WhatsApp is there. WhatsApp is there means I'll execute this piece of code. Then I'll continue. Second student, sending SMS. No WhatsApp. Then continue means from this only I am continuing means I am skipping the code which is going to deliver the WhatsApp message. Is this clear? Why I am skipping? This is skipping, remaining code skipping, continuing the loop execution. Ayush, if you have a requirement like this, use the continue. There is no force that you have to use continue. Only in a special cases like this, use continue. All the time, all the code you want to execute. In a for loop, you have the piece of code. You want to execute it always. Always means why continue, why break? Okay. That is the case. Continue. Similarly, break means it will terminate. Break is simple. Whenever break point terminates immediately. Continue is repeating all the iterations. Is this clear about continue and break? Okay. Now, I'll take with another use case. In the looping statements, we understand the syntax of for loop, while loop, and do while. And usually we will use this break or continue along with this looping statements. Switch is there means switch case you must use break, right? Switch case you must use break. You must use break in the switch. In the looping statements called for while and do while, if you want to use the break and continue, okay. Sometimes you can write statements which are inner loops, a loop inside a loop. We will take the example with the for only. Suppose I'll use the for loop like this. For int I equals to, wait, for int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 2. For simple, I am taking I plus plus starting. Inside this, I am using another loop. For here, I can't use the I counter because I is there already. So use j equals to 1, j less than or equals to 2, and j plus plus. Okay. So here I am printing. Okay, guys. Simply print JLC. Okay. JLC I am printing. This is the for loop inside the for loop. So this is the inner for loop, right? J counter is the inner for loop, outer for loop. Tell me how many times the inner for loop will be executed. Inner for loop I am asking. What is the output of this program at least? What is the output of this program? JLC has to be displayed 4 times. Am I right? JLC1, JLC. How it works? We'll do the dry run. Importantly, we'll do the dry run here, guys. Come back to the dry run. So first start with I equals to 1. Okay? I is 1. When I is 1, condition you're checking is 1 less than or equals to 2, which is true. This is true. Then inside the outer for loop, there is a for. Again, a for counter will start. For counter will start as j equals to 1. Condition is again 1 less than or equals to 2, which is true. First j loop repeating. Print JLC one time. Next it repeats the inner loop completely. Whenever inner loop over, then only it will go to outer. So this it repeats the j loop again. Increase the j value equals to 1. Then 2 less than or equals to 2, which is true. True means enter into the j for loop. J for loop. I'm calling a j for loop, I for loop. J for loop, inner loop, I for loop, outer loop. Again print JLC. Increase the j value. J equals to 3. And 3 less than or equals to 2, which is false, guys. False means it comes out of the j for loop. Now I for loop has to be repeated. I for loop has to, now I counter will increase. I equals to 1. Now condition 1 less than or equal, I equals to 2. Previously I is 1, right? I 2 now. 2 again 2 less than or equals to 2, which is true. When I is 2, again a j for loop has to repeat the same. Again j equals to 1 only, right? Again j starts from 1, guys. Remember this. And 1 less than or equals to 2, which is true. Then enter into the j loop, prints the JLC. Next j equals to 2, 2 less than or equals to 2, which is true. Then enter into this, print JLC. Again repeat j loop, j equals to 3, 3 less than or equals to 2, which is false. Come out of the j loop. Then repeat the I loop. Now I equals to 3, 3 less than or equals to 2, which is false. I loop also terminated. I loop also terminated. It comes out of this. So outer loop counter I. How many times the I loop is repeated? 2 times. For I equals to 1, say this. For I equals to 1, j all the iterations done. Again for I equals to 2, j all the iterations done. How many times true it is? True case, say inner loop true for 2 times only. This is a true for 2 times. This is the false case. So JLC display 2 times. Again, this also 2 times it is true. That's what J is 2 times. Third is a false. Inner for loop, inner for loop, inner for loop, 2 times executed. And that repetitions 2 times. For outer one, J 2 times. For outer 2, again J 2 times. Outer 3, J 2 times. Like if you give more, 4 times executed. Now, if I take same thing as, for example, this equals to 3 guys, I3 and J3, then I3, J3, how many times JS will be displayed? JLC will come 9 times. 9 times. J repeats 3 times. That J repeats 3 times. For I1, J repeats 3 times. I2, J repeats 3 times. I3, J repeats 3 times. 3 plus 3 plus 3. 9 times it repeats. Okay? We'll do this program now. So we have done 186 previously, right? Now 187. I equals to 5, for example, okay. Then J loop into J equals to 1, J less than or equals to 5. This is J less than or equals to J less than or equals to 5. Okay, keep that. I'll just print only JLC here. Hello guys only. Make it hello guys simply. This is outside the for. Okay. Hello guys has displayed now 25 times, right? 25 times. 187. Displayed for 25 times. What I'll do, I'll make some counter here. Int P equals to 1, for example. Just to see how many times it is displaying. Okay. Plus P plus plus I am using. Means hello guys 1 time, hello guys 2 times, like that is so. First P I am using P1. 1 it will display. P plus 2. You can understand the output of this by seeing how I am formatting. See? Hello guys 1, hello guys 2, like this. Okay? And I'll make this a little bit more clearly as. Okay. Anyway, in the arrays, I'll talk more about this loops. Why I came to this is, I can apply the break and continuous here also, right? I can apply the break and continuous here also. This is my loop. I'll just take it 3 and 3, for example. Or even you can make it as 5 and 5, no problem. Keep it like this. 87 is printing like this, whatever we are seeing. I just want to do add break and continue for this. How to add break and continue, we'll check. 188. After this, printing this, after printing this, I want to say 2 things. Hello guys and hi guys. Each time I want to say hello guys and hi guys. Hello guys and hi guys. Can I directly use break here? First question. Is this fine? Is this fine, guys? Can I use directly break there? See the piece of code? This gives the error, right? This program has to give the error. 188 has to give the error. This already we know, but rechecking again. 188 has to give the error because I can't use a break. Unreachable state. Hi guys will go unreachable. Hi guys will go unreachable. Wonderful. So I have to add a condition. If I am adding some condition, say for example, If I equals to 3, for example, when I 3, J counter I am taking up to 3 times only, guys. J counter you take 2 times only, fine. 3 times. When I3 break, so now when I call a break, which for loop will be terminated? Which for loop will be terminated? J loop or I loop? It has to terminate the loop where it is enclosed. Where is the break? Break is a part of J for loop, right? Break is a part of inner loop, J loop, inner for loop, which is the counter J. So you do the dry run of this. Before dry run, I'll just let me to run this program. You can track this easily. 189. No, I did mistake, I think. This is 187, correct. This is 188 only, guys. See, first, hello guys, 1 displayed. Hi guys, 2 displayed. Okay, P counter I am not using. P counter I'll remove here. It will confuse you. So P counter I'll take out. The 1 2s will confuse. Hello guys displayed, hi guys displayed. But where the break is terminated, or instead of this, hello guys and hi guys, I will use something. INJ counters also in display. That is a better way to do. And display IJ counters, that is fine. Initially, when I is 1, J1, I is 1, J2, I1, J3. Correct? Next time, I2. I2 means again I2, J1, I2, J2, I2, J3. When I3, J1, okay, but when I3 it breaks. Now you can understand the output. See, I1, J1, I1, J2, I1, J3. First J 3 times repeated. When I2 repeated. Next, hello guys displayed. When I3 nothing displayed, but I4 repeated, I5 repeated. So J I value, I loop, outer loop, all the time repeated. Only inner loop is break only when I is 3. So which is breaking the inner for loop, not the outer for loop. Okay. If you want to break the outer loop, what to do? My question is, I want to break the outer loop, what to do? I want to break the outer loop, what to do? I want to break the outer loop, what to do? Do you understand the point, guys? Or if you want, I'll make this more clear. This is, I'll take as a 3-2. Then let me do the dry run of this program. 3-2, do the dry run, guys. What happens? You see again. This I have to make it when I is 2. Okay. Do the dry run quickly for this. First, I equals to 1. Okay. Then condition is 1 less than or equals to 3, which is true. Then enter into the J. J, I'll use a different color. J equals to 1, 1 less than or equals to 2, which is true. In that case, entering into this is the part of J loop, right? This is all a part of J loop, guys. So first print hello, guys. Okay. Then check I equals to. I is not 2. So break will not execute. It prints ij value. What is I? 1. J is 1. It prints 1, 1. Next. So one time completed. Then it continue the J loop only. J equals to 2. 2 less than or equals to 2, which is true. True means again print hello, guys. And I is 2. No, I is not yet increased. So break will not execute. I prints I is 1 only, J is 2. Next, when J is 3, 3 less than or equals 3 means false. So this is the false condition done. Now it will come to the outer loop. Now I is increased. Now I equals to 2. When I2, 2 less than or equals to 3, which is true, then go to the, again, start J loop all the time. First J equals to 1, 1 less than or equals to 2 is true. Enter into J, print hello, guys. Now I equals to, now condition is true. When I is true, yes, true, then it breaks the inner for loop and repeat the outer loop again. Repeat the outer loop means J becomes 3. I becomes 3. I is 3. Now 3 less than or equals 3, which is true. True. Now when again start the J loop. J equals to, that is green color here. J equals to 1. 1 less than or equals to 2, which is true. Enter here. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Then I is 2. No, I is 3 now. So break will not execute now. And print I is 3. J is 1. Next, J equals to 2. 2 less than or equals to 2, which is true. Now it prints again. Hello, guys. 3, 2. Next, J is 3 means it terminates anyway. Next, whenever goes to I equals to 4, this is the termination condition. 4 less than or equals 3 is false. So if you see here, outer loop repeated 3 times. Yes or no? How many times outer loop has to be repeated? Outer loop has to be repeated 3 times. Outer loop has to be repeated 3 times. This is the first time. Okay, this is second time. This is third time. And the fourth condition failed. Now, when outer loop first time I1, inner loop fully executed. That's what printing hello, guys, 2 times. 2 times. But I equals to 2, we have a break. I equals to 2, we have a break. That's what it is not fully executed. Only hello, guys, printed. When I is 3, it is fully executed. So when is the inner break, inner state, inner loop is terminated? I is 2, because when condition is met. So clear how it works? Clear, guys? Now, if you want to break the outer loop itself, then you have to use the label statement. Break with label 189, you see, 189.java, 189.java. This is the I loop. You label that. I am using label as my JLC colon. It is just a label name. Colon is a label. My JLC colon is a label. The label is written on the top of outer for loop. The label is written on the top of outer for loop. Now you see, when I say break, it will break the current loop. Current loop means break is inside a inner for will be terminated. But I want to break the outer loop means whatever the label you have given for that, you refer the label here, guys. Do you understand? Break a loop which is labeled with my JLC. What I am telling now, break the loop which is labeled with my JLC. Break the loop which is labeled with my JLC. Understand this? Now do the dry run. Now do the dry run quickly. When I equals to 1, yeah, I 1, it is true. Enter j equals to j 3 times, it will repeat. When I2, guys, when I2 j1, you are saying break my JLC means it is going to break the outer for loop. Then I think it won't execute any of the remaining, right? It won't execute any of the remaining. Clear, guys? This maybe seems complex, but you do the clear dry run. This won't run outer loop. You have to do the dry run more clearly about this. 189. This you will understand more clearly only when you do more dry run. If you do more dry run, see now, after this, it is terminated clearly. Breaks the current loop, inner loop. When you have multiple loops, inner loop, outer loop, a break breaks the inner loop. If you want to break the outer loop, you label the outer loop with the label, then you just break with the label name. Same story for continue also. This is 188 and 7, right? So this I'll take 190. Same with the continue also, guys. 190. Instead of break, I'm saying continue. So continue means where it will, which loop will continue here? I'm using continue. Which loop has to be continued? Which loop has to be continued, guys? Again, the inner loop will continue. Inner loop will continue. Inner loop will continue. J loop will continue. Yes, this is the first 190. Compile and run this. I'm not doing a dry run for this. You have to do the dry run. If you want to understand more deeper, you do the dry run. After going home, you run this output and see the output first. Then you dry run how the output is coming. You have to do this. Okay? Or you alter the statements. You do first this, then you do hello guys next. So every time it will print I and j. Instead of tab, you use this. You print I and j. Continue means hello guys will be skipped, right? Hello guys will be skipped in some cases. See now, hello guys displayed in the 1-1. I1, J1, hello guys displayed. I1, J2, hello guys displayed. When I is 2, see hello guys skipped. I is 2, we are continuing means skipping the remaining. When again I is 3, hello guys displayed. Hello guys not displayed in some case means some portion is skipped in some cases. So this is continuing the current inner loop. So if I want to continue the outer loop, not inner. Outer means what to do? Again the label it 191.java 191. What to do? You label the outer and say continue. Continue my JLC. This also I'll do alteration of this piece of code. Oh, it is gone. I think. Hello guys. So continue the outer loop. Continue the outer loop, not the inner loop. Okay. You do the dry run. It is your assignment. Okay. So in the one case, both displayed. 3 case, both displayed. Hello guys is skipped. See, when the 2 is a skipping happened. When I equals 2, continue this. Skipping of hello guys happened. That's it. So this 191 is how to continue to the outer loop using the label we have seen. 190, 191, continue with label. And 188, I'll just show you again. This is with, this also I'll alter it, guys, little bit. This is the break. Break the inner loop, right? This is to break the inner loop. Break the inner loop. 188 to break the inner loop. Next, 189 is to break the 189 is to break the outer loop with label. Outer loop with label. So there's about unconditional control statements, break and continue. So any doubts now? Any doubts, guys? You do the dry run, then only you will get fully into your mind. Label is a logical name. Label is a logical name. Just you are remembering, you are putting some pointer there. You are just keeping some mark there. Okay, where I have to go? See, you have a one for loop. This is one for loop. This is second for loop. You are saying break. Which loop to break? You consider you are keeping some mark on this. This is a mark on the outer for loop. Putting some mark, color, you are keeping color here. So I am telling break the loop which has a red color marked. Red color marked you break. That coloring related example I have taken. You are giving a label, miss. So there is a for loop. I just labeled, named. Label is a name. I am giving a name on the top of that. Like Ankit, your name, Sanjeev. So which one I have to break? I have to break the Ankit or I have to break the Sanjay? Default it will go to the inner. Others means you say explicitly that. I am having again like this. Say one for loop, second for loop inside that. Inside that again a third for loop. Okay. So when I say break, semicolon, which loop will go? This you take I counter I1. Second is J. Third is a K equals to 1. I have a I for loop and J for loop, K for loop. When I call a break, which for loop will be terminated? K for loop. Where exactly is present? I want to terminate the J for loop. What to do? I want to terminate J for loop. What to do? You just name on the top of that. Say on the top of that, I am saying something called, what will say? Hello. I'll say hello. Hello colon. And I am saying hi colon. What is the label of I for loop? Label of I for loop is hi. And label of J for loop is hello. So if I want to, if I say what happens, break hello. Break hello means it will break the for loop which is labeled with hello name. When I say break hi, then break the for loop, terminate the for loop which is labeled with the name hi. Same use the continue also. If I use a continue, guys, if I use a continue, it continues to the current for loop, K for loop. If you want to continue the topper, you say continue hello. It continue to the loop which is labeled with hello. When I say continue high, it continues to the loop which is having high. Is this clear? Skeleton is given on this. Labeling we may not use heavily, guys. Remember, labels we will not use heavily. Very less cases we will use. Very, very rare. But I recommend don't use the labels. I recommend don't use the labels too much. That may damage the performance. We will write in future in our course. We will write so many programs. We will write so many complex programs. But even I will teach you without labels. We will do that, but labels not recommended. Remember, labels not recommended. There's end of control statements. There's end of control statements, guys. So we have done the control statements. Quick revision. Conditional control statements. Conditional are if and switch. Looping control statements, we have for, and enhanced for loop is there, we didn't discuss. Enhanced for syntax improved in the Java 5 version, we'll discuss that on arrays. For while and do while we discussed. Then unconditional control statements, break and continue. So when you're using a break, the break cannot be used with if. Break can be used with switch and looping. Continue can be used with the looping only, 3 looping only. Continue cannot be used with if and switch. And directly we can't use break and continue. Break and continue are using, you should have a basic condition. It breaks the terminates, break terminates the loop, continue repeats the loop. Opposite actions. Break terminates the loop, continue repeats the loop. Okay? That's about control statements. And for this, you have an assignment and practice test, guys. You have to complete. You study all these labs now. Practice all the labs are given. Do the dry run of all the labs. Do the dry run of all the labs. Practice, then study the points, summary points, all that. Do the assignment and finish the practice test of control statements. Okay? We'll meet to the next topic in the next session. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.